Hi people, it's me Anja, my pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new recent reads video. The last book that I read in February was called World Made of Glass. By the way, I ended up reading 31 books in February, so that was awesome. But anyway, this story is a middle-grade historical fiction following a young main character who channels her grief into activism after her dad dies of AIDS in the 80s. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. I've always said that I need to read more stories set during the AIDS epidemic because, I cannot fathom what it must have been like to be, a witness to all of that, to have families die from AIDS, all of the misinformation, all of the lack of information, the lack of government funding, all of that. It sounds so sad and so heartbreaking and just so awful. You know what I mean? This book was so awesome and it was so well done. I truly felt for the main character and her relationship with her dad and her mom and her dad's boyfriend and everything. This book is absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. This setting was awesome. The characters felt real to me. I love the activism. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. This book was absolutely so good. I just really enjoyed it from the beginning to the end. It had so much heart. Anyway, overall, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars, and I definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called The Wildest Things. This story is a YA sapphic fantasy retelling of Snow White, and frankly, I didn't like it very much, and my least favorite thing about this book is the romance. Listen, I understand that technically they're not related, but let me explain the context for a second, which I guess spoils the book, but I didn't like this book, so I don't really care. Basically, the stepmother of the main character is the biological mother of the main character's love interest, but since they don't share a father, technically they're not related. And I also think that their romance will be explored in the sequel more, which I won't be reading, but I just wish that maybe Briar was her love interest instead. I don't know. Or maybe that relation that I just explained didn't have to be a detail at all. You know what I mean? It kind of reminded me of the romance in Clueless or something, which I also don't like at all. Anyway, I liked the world building and the details in the descriptions and the plot, but I don't like the romance and the way that it was formatted or explained at all. It's very much a slow burn, which is why, like I said, more of it, I'm assuming, will be explored in further books, but I won't be there. So anyway, with that said, I rated this book 3.5 stars. Not even 3.5, 3 stars. The next book on this list is called Nox Winters and the Midnight Wolf. This story is a middle-grade fantasy following a young main character who must venture into the Night Wood, which is a place full of powerful magic, and it's always nighttime there, to find a cure for his twin brother's mysterious illness. This story is absolutely so excellent, and it's so good. It's been a really long time since I've read a really good, action-packed story, and also I had really low expectations for this book, just because I read The Prince of Nowhere by this author a few years ago or something like that. I think it was on my May TBR in 2022, and basically I didn't like it very much, and I think this story is set in the same universe, but I'm not sure. But anyway, this book was so good. The world building is excellent and it's so immersive and so atmospheric. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. I loved all of the different friendships, the brother dynamic. This book is excellent. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. I'm so excited for the sequel. I'm assuming this book is a duology, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars. I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Wings of Starlight. This story is a YA fantasy following a young fairy queen who must risk an unlikely alliance or risk letting an unspeakable danger hurt everything she cares about. This book was absolutely so good and it was so excellent. If you're wondering if I read this book right after the drama of people on Goodreads saying that the side queer representation was unnecessary, then you're absolutely correct. I was going to read it anyway, just because of the author's reputation, but when that drama came about, I was even more excited to read it, to see how unnecessary it really was. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Anyway, if you know anything about me at all, you would know that I love queer representation in all forms, obviously. So anyway, I digress. This book is absolutely so fantastic and it's so good. I love the world building. I hear this book serves as a prequel to some characters in the Tinkerbell universe, but like, I don't remember watching all of the Tinkerbell movies. In fact, I think I've only seen one of them. All I remember is that like all the Tinkerbell fairies are gay. So anyway, this book is excellent. I love the characters. I love the romance. It's so cute. I love the side sapphic romance. Everything about this story is so well paced and it's so good. I just really enjoyed it from the beginning to the end. I was so immersed. So anyway, I rated the story 4 out of 5 stars. I would definitely highly recommend it. The last book on this list, and certainly not the least, is called Lion Dancers. This story is a middle-grade contemporary graphic novel following two former best friends who become rivals after one of them joins lion dancing again after 2 years. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. First of all, I love the illustrations and I love the history behind lion dancing, and I learned so much about it. Like, it was so educational. The plot itself was so intriguing and so engaging. I loved the illustrations. The characters are both so well developed and so distinct. I love them individually as well as their platonic dynamic together, and it made so much sense to me, like their rivalry and their friendship. This book is so awesome and it's so good. Like, the plot is so engaging, and overall it just felt really wholesome and sweet and just really good. I don't know if that really makes any sense at all, but basically overall everything together was awesome, so I rated it 4 out of 5 stars and I would definitely highly recommend it. So in conclusion, I think I've read 76 books this entire year so far, but I also think that by the time you're watching this, I might have hit 100 already. But anyway, in conclusion, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the butterfly emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!